this question from Germany. Ibrahim Sadiq من مصر. في اللقاء السابق كان he asked a question about how can we believe in the Jamaat Ahmadiyya, which is less than 10% of the total population of the Muslims in the world. And he's asking if that was the Mahdi who founded this Jamaat, what is the reason to have a Khalifa, first Khalifa, second Khalifa, third and fourth, and on what basis is the Khalifa chosen?
The first question is respectfully returned to him in the context of Muslim population of the world. So let him please answer his own question first. With relation to the population of the Muslims in the entire world. 1400 years have passed since Islam came into being. And as yet, the Muslim population at best is 1/4 or 1/5 of the entire population of the world. 1/5 is best. So why doesn't he ponder over this question? Why does he believe in Islam? Ahmadiyya began only 100 years ago. And Islam, which was created. Now, when I said Ahmadiyya began only 100 years ago, I mean Ahmadiyya in Islam began only 100 years ago. But Islam as such began 1400 years plus more in the past. And yet Islam is spread only very thinly all over the world. That is the picture which he should realize emerges from an overall view. But when he concentrates deeper into the affairs of the Muslims, he'll come to realize that they do not exist. Because when he changes his vantage point from one Muslim sect to the other, all the rest appear to be non-Muslims. And this we can prove from their own edicts. He becomes a Shia, for instance. He goes to Iran and looks at the rest of the Muslim world, so-called Muslim world, from the minarets of Iran. What he sees is non-Muslims spread all over the world, except for a few Shias, like salt in food, and no more. So he should go to Mecca and Medina and see how the world of Islam looks. The people of Mecca and Medina will tell him that only those are true Muslims who are Wahhabis. The rest is not Muslims at all. And the Wahhabis are very few in the world. So looking from the vantage point of the Meccans and Medina and Medinite people, looking from the minarets of Masjid al-Nabwi or Khana Kaaba, he would look at Iran and say, no, not one of them is Muslim. All finished. And then he would turn to Pakistan and India and say, whoa, what mushrikeen, what idolaters. They believe in graves. They seek favors from the dead saints. All have to be dubbed as non-Muslims. So on and so forth. He goes on shifting his places and goes ultimately to these so-called Muslims, but in reality mushrikeen, Barelvi Muslims. When he reaches there, then he looks back at Mecca and they will tell them they're non-Muslims, their kufr is worse than Qadianis. They insult the honor of Muhammad Rasulullah and they're not believers. Where will Islam be left? Nowhere. So he believed in Islam while it is not nowhere. He denies Ahmadiyyat, which is everywhere in one unity, one entity, single entity, indivisible entity. And that is the answer also of his second part of the question of Khilafat. The only difference between non-Ahmadiyya world and the Ahmadiyya world is that of the existence or non-existence of Khilafat. Khilafat is the link which connects us through the 1400 years back to the Khilafat of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it is because of his own prophecy. When he describes the decay and decline of the Muslim world, finally he declares, ثُمَّ تَكُونُ خِلَافَةٌ عَلَى مِنْهَجِ النُّبُوَّةِ. So it is his prophecy which is fulfilled. And it is because of that prophecy that we see at least one Jama'ah in Islam which displays the unity of Islam like the Quran describes it. They have turned into al-ikhwa. Ikhwa from all the countries of the world. They love each other like brothers. They offer sacrifices for the sake of others. And if the word ikhwa can be applicable to any body of people, it should be applicable to the body of Jamaat Ahmadiyya. Right? Thank you. What is your question? Well, but you put it, please.